What's up guys, welcome to Spare Change. Here on the channel, we do a lot of home theater related videos and of course 3D Blu-ray reviews for the home theater and movie enthusiasts. So if you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button. Today in for a review, we have Tomb Raider on 3D Blu-ray. I won't get into any plot details, I'm just going to share my thoughts on the video and audio quality. Now for some tech specs. The movie was shot in 3.4K. It's a 3D conversion and not shot natively in 3D. It's rated PG-13. Runtime is 118 minutes. Aspect ratio is 239:1, so there are black bars when viewed on a television. So 3D image quality I found was on the mild side. Image depth through the majority of the movie was shallow, though there is a clear distinction between foreground, middle, and background layers. Chapter 3's Hong Kong scene did look good, with several layers of boats, people, and the city as a backdrop. Chapter 6's waterfall sequence I felt should have been the standout 3D highlight. I was looking forward to some great depth while she was hanging off that plane's wing, but that downward shot just lacked that dizzying height effect I thought would be present here. Black levels in Chapter 4 also hindered the three-dimensional effect, as it was harder to get some decent spacing between objects. Now coming from seeing the 4K version, the 3D disc was obviously softer and lacked that amazing detail and textures found on the former. Black levels were very good, but like I mentioned, did cut down on the 3D effect. Audio was done in DTS HD 5.1, and yet again, we don't get an immersive mix on a 3D transfer. Much like the Atmos version found on the 4K variant, this 5.1 mix is very dynamic. Soundstage is wide and very detailed, with Chapter 4's boat scene being a notable mention. Water could be heard spraying around the room, and bass response I thought went slightly deeper than the Atmos track. When Lara was in the plane in Chapter 6, little faint water droplets could be heard in every speaker, but on the Atmos mix, those water droplets and creaking sounds could be heard above your head, which really places you in that space. Bass response was demo-worthy here, and dialogue was crisp and clear. So for audio, I'm going to give it a solid 8. It's dynamic with amazing bass, but the Atmos on the 4K disc just gives you a lot better immersion. For 3D quality, I'm going to go with a 7. Coming from movies like Ragnarok or Pacific Rim 1, I felt this presentation was just shallow and lacked real depth, which was a real letdown. So if I had to choose which version to go with, either the 4K or the 3D disc, I think the 4K version trumps it easily. And I normally would go for the 3D version. Now 3D Blu-rays are harder to come by nowadays, so if you're a 3D fan, I still think this movie is worth a watch. Now if you want to grab this disc, I'll leave a link down below in the description. It helps out the channel by using those links, which helps us bring you more content like this. If you found the video useful, give it a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments down below if you prefer the 4K or the 3D version. Be sure to check out our social media links, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys again in the next one.